Hey guys, welcome back. So with what we have to work with, parts and pieces, I think I'm just going to spend some time doing a little bit of finer stuff. I don't know if you remember from the other videos, and I'll show you a closer view. On here at the top of the window on the passenger side, there's a couple little holes, a little bit of rust. So we'll clean that up. We're going to patch this. On the other side, if you noticed on the roof panel where the quarter panel meets, there's a small hole there as well that we're going to fill up. There's a spot on the rocker panel on the other side that we'll fill up as well. So we'll put some material in behind, we'll throw some weld in there, and we'll make sure that this is nice and filled. We don't want any water getting into the interior. Of course, as you can see, like this dash pad, it needs work. So we're not too worried about taking it out right at the moment. It will come out in a later episode, just not just yet. So let me reposition the camera and I'll show you the spot that I'm going to fill today. Alright guys, so now that I got the camera repositioned, we can see this a little bit better in here. So if you can see this hole right here, this is what we got to fill. It's gonna bring water into the car, it's gonna damage things. So what we'll do right now, we'll just clean some debris out of there, compressed air, get it wherever we can. So that, with not cleaning that out, that's going to give us one really bad rattle. We're going to hear that heading down the road. We don't want to hear that. We want to hear that 383 pumping away. So right now, I'm going to take wire wheel and we're just going to clean this up, see what we have to work with. Eventually, I'll end up cutting this piece out, patch the holes that are up on the roof, then patch this spot. So bear with me, I'll get some PPE on and we'll take care of that. So just like magic, safety glasses, earplugs. So we'll wire wheel this, we'll clean it up, and we'll see what we'll have to work. So with wire wheeling that, I discovered it's a little more extensive than what we've got. So I'll grab the camera here. Sorry for the jiggle. We'll reposition here. No, we'll keep on going. See how extensive that got just by cleaning it up. So just like sandblasting, this will actually show us how bad in behind everything is. So we'll take a couple measurements here. We'll cut that piece out. We'll put a bigger piece in, weld it in, buff down our welds, and we should be sealed. So seeing that it's accessible right now, we'll address the holes that are up in the top here. That way we can fill those, get that taken care of, then we can come back and take care of this big gaping hole here. They do say with anything great, it's got to get worse before it gets better. So here's the worst hole, we're going to make it better. So there's the piece of tin that I've cut. So we'll take this and we'll just kind of fit it in behind as best as what we possibly can. That's just going to sit up in there. So we'll take a pair of vice grips. And we'll place that in there so it doesn't move as we tack that into place. Ever wish you had 3 hands? You could do this a little bit quicker. But we'll make do. So we'll clamp that in. Don't want to let go of that tin in there because, well, it might fall in. So we'll have to maneuver this just a little bit so it's tight. A little bit snugger than that. So I'll grab the camera here and I'll show you what we've done. A little more shaky again. So if you can see in here, these are the holes that we're trying to fill. So right now I have the tin up tight into those holes. So we'll just throw a couple welds in there. We'll buff them down afterwards. This side, I'm gonna have to clamp that. I'll have to move my vice grips over so we get it tighter in here. I'll get my welder set up and we'll get welding. So I'll just move our clamp around. Get this fitting a little tighter in this side. Anybody see any other holes that I gotta fill? No? All right, let's take a look. Okay, we'll grind those down and see how she turned out. So here we go, guys. Just seen the process. So it's weld, fill, grind, weld, fill, grind. So here we go. Holes are gone. The little imperfections in there we can deal with later. We can put filler in there, manipulate that just a little bit. So now what I'll do, I'll take a measurement of this piece that we got to fill in here, and we'll get that welded in. So guys, as I'm going here, I thought I got this cut out. I got my piece of tin cut so I can fit it into the hole. It's not quite there. So I grabbed a piece of the trim that was for around the window. And I thought, okay, let's see how this is gonna fit, see if I can weld it on the outside or if I have to fit that piece of tin on the inside of the hole. So there's my trim. If I can pop this off. But looking at this a little bit closer, I have to make this piece of tin fit into the hole. Because if not, it ends up creating a gap in here when I put the trim back on. So we'll manipulate this just a little bit more. We'll make sure that we can get it to fit in behind. It's not a great fit right now, but it will be. Here we go, guys. So I got this spot filled. This is the window frame. So this spot here, we won't see that afterwards. We can put some filler in here, fill up a little bit of the voids that the piece caused. But the window trim goes in here, the windshield goes in here. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't gonna rust any further. We weren't gonna get any weather going through here. So I'm happy with the result. I'm gonna carry on with the other side. We'll get those holes filled up. I think I'm just gonna do that real quick. We'll show you step by step a little bit later as to what I did with this. But this spot here, I'm quite happy with it. Thanks.